All right, let's move to college football. This is like the next 3 is all college football. Gotta give love. Now, we all know where my heart lies, will always lie. Always. I am an ACC representative. I am a University of North Carolina representative. Always have. Not always have. Since 2003 and beyond. For life. But it started in 2003. I'm about Tar Heel life. I am a North Carolina Tar Heel through and through. I bleed Tar Heel blue. But I got to give some ACC love to the SMU Ponies. The Mustangs. Pony up. Pony up. For the first time in ACC history, a team goes to the conference championship first year in the league. I'm going to be honest with you. When the ACC did this expansion and they brought in Cal, they brought in Stanford, and they brought in SMU, I legitimately thought, and I think the conference thought the same thing too, because even the way that they treat the SMU, SMU got to take the travel. SMU everywhere. They don't really get none of the good home games. They got to travel all across the country. I thought SMU would be the doormats initially of the ACC. Football is fluid, things change, all that kind of stuff. But what Rhett Lashley has done at SMU is to be commended, is to be celebrated, is to be cheered. SMU in the first year of the ACC headed to the ACC championship game to face Miami. For the first time, again, in 40 years. This might have been around the same time they had just... No. Well, yeah. No. That's a different time frame. Anyway. But to think about SMU coming back from death penalty, right, and that football program, talk about Eric Dickerson, right? 40 years ago, he did the rookie. And, like they came back for SMU to be where they're at right now. For the first time, they're being in 40 years that they've been in the top 10, AP top 10 voting, is commendable. Is definitely to be celebrated. Did not think they were going to do this. Did not think it was going to happen. I thought that they were going to have to wait a couple years before they finally got it. But that tells you all about how we are in this new NIL era. Because also SMU is one of those teams. They got that cheddar. They got an alumni base. They got money. They got money. If you ever seen their campus and what part of town their campus is in, so they paying to play, but also it's being able to, yes, hit the transfer portal. But if you know anything about high school football, like if you are into high school football, like concentrated in the DFW, especially in the southern sector. Shout out to South Dallas. Okay? South of the tollway. South of, was it the Trinity? Or whatever it is, north, whatever it is, damn near by the Trinity. Shout out to South. It's so much talent down there. Duncanville. What you about to say?
Well, they're starting quarterbacks from
That's what I'm saying. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm Duncanville, Skyline, DeSoto, South Oak Cliff, Sock, Cedar Hill. North Crowley. I mean, you talk about some of the powerhouses that you're seeing at some of these big time universities. South Dallas, in a concentrated area of 20 square miles, and SMU has been able to go into those areas and pull some players out of there. They're not going to TCU. They're not going to Texas. They're not going to Tech. They're not going to Oklahoma. Some of them are. Don't get me wrong. But being able to reach right back into your backyard, the number one line of recruiting, win your state. Win your state. Now, you're going up against Texas, right? Like, it's tough. It's tough. It's just you don't have the facilities financially. The facilities, you don't have it to compete with Texas. You just don't. Sorry, those kids are driving Lambos. You know what I'm saying? Like their NIL bags are a little bit different. But don't get me wrong, SMU got some money. But I could just pull players from this rich talent base, this rich talent pool right here in the south of Dallas. And SMU, man, they have done a great job, man. Shout out to Rhett Lashley, who just got an extension. Smart on them. Pay them, because if you don't, someone else will. There's a bunch of jobs opened up down there in some other places. So shout out to SMU, man. Headed to the ACC conference title game against Miami. And make no mistake about it, Miami's not invincible. You come with the right game plan, I wouldn't be shocked if SMU beat Miami. Not one bit. Michael Irvin might be. And you know what's funny? Because there's been sightings, and Ted, you go to some of these SMU games, there's been some Troy Aikman sightings on the sideline for SMU. How funny would that be? On one sideline, you got Troy Aikman. Well, Eric Dickerson, he's alumni, right? But Troy's not an alumni. Troy went to Oklahoma and UCLA. Eric Dickerson is royalty, right? Like, we talking about T-Bird, Eric Dickerson, right? He's royalty. So, that's but think about this. Think about the ACC championship game. Troy Aikman on one sideline, Michael Irvin on the other. That's funny. One of them will be hype. One of them will be Cool Comments Collective. I think we all know who those people will be. I think we all know who those people will be. But shout out to SMU.